Okay, let's get to building here. Gonna build a little cargo ship here. Basically, I've filled up my own cargo bays with materials that I've been gathering so I can build some railguns. I love railguns. So I just got sick of carrying it around with me, taking up inventory. Whenever I come upon any other loot that I want to pick up, I don't have room for it. So I'm gonna build this cargo ship just to store my stuff. Trying to keep things somewhat symmetrical here. I definitely want it to have good thrusters. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be functional. I already got it loaded up with crew because I wanted to see where the stats would be at once it's finished. Decided that it needed more energy and more energy storage, more shield. These freaking corner pieces are always a struggle for me, but I did get it worked out eventually. And then who jumps in? A mobile merchant that just happens to have a Xsotan artifact. And yeah, he just split. Didn't catch him in time. But anyway, I'm in a mood to build ships, so I tore down the back half of my current ship, and I'm going to be making some extensive adjustments to this. Adding a computer core, a hyperspace cores, just more mass in general. What I wanted was to up my processing power so that I could install another Xsotan artifact, and therefore get more turrets and more firepower. So I'm stuffing all that in there and still trying to keep it aesthetically pleasing and kind of still go with the same, armor around the corners look that I had before. I really liked how functional that was and the amount of hull that it added. So I played with it for a while. I won't make you watch the whole thing. But the end result is this right here. It basically it looks like a giant tortoise with those big thrusters sticking off the sides. And pretty happy with the firepower. Ended up about 8,000 Omicron. That'll do for now. Here's the current loadout. Got 3 Xsotan artifacts installed, and my radar there. I can switch that out for the hyperspace system whenever I need. So, why not try it out? I do have some more railguns now, not the ones that I was looking to build. It took me quite a while to... the materials were the easy part. It's getting the money that was the problem. But I do have some railguns, and boy are they effective. These are ships that are relevant to my own. These are made of Xanian. These are the Xsotan, and I'm laying them down. I'm pretty happy with it. So, we need more artifacts, of course. This is the next boss mission. You've probably seen these guys, Bottan smugglers, around those smuggling stations. You can pick up a mission from them. It's called Easy Delivery, and he just gives you one item that fits in your cargo bay, doesn't take up much space, and it's just called Suspicious Goods. So it'll show on your map with an exclamation point where that delivery needs to go. I saw where it needs to go, so start making my way there. During making these jumps, I jumped into a sector where there were 4 cruisers here, or 3 or 4. They're under attack from the Xsotan, so I was like, hey, I got time. They only give you 60 minutes to do the mission, but you know, whatever. I can dispatch these dudes, and I'll just set the course so I'm ready once I take these guys out. And then, what's this? Oh, one of the cruisers is hailing me. Maybe he's saying, hey man, thanks for coming in. But no, he's saying, oh, you got some dangerous cargo, you don't have a license for that, and I'm gonna have to fine you. I'm like, dude, I came in here to help you out, but, you know, okay, whatever. You're on your own then. Peace. Anyway, we make our way to Bottan. And... hey, bro, I got your goods. What's up with my payment? Oh, you know, we'll give you the payment as soon as you transfer it. Okay, that's pretty standard stuff. Here you go. Thanks, buddy. And he splits like a chump. So, okay. What's this? New mission comes in. Enemy of my enemy. Basically, just some dude wants to talk. Sends you some letters, or a letter. Says, hey, meet me at these coordinates. Okay, let's have a chat with him. Find the coordinates. It's pretty good ways away. 3 or 4 jumps maybe. We meet up with him. And he's still just called a friend. So, this is the list that he sent us. Now, the in-game system doesn't have a way to track that at all. Maybe they'll put that in the future, but kind of unimportant at the moment. What I did, just write it down on a piece of scratch paper, the old-fashioned way. We need to collect those items and bring them back to him. In doing so, just jumping through these sectors, I ran into this guy. This is a boss. He's just called the AI. You show up and he just says, oh, Xsotan detected. It's some kind of AI that some civilization created to take out the Xsotan. And, you know, I gotta applaud their efforts. It's a pretty crafty little guy there. Now, I've already faced this boss before. That's actually how I got my 3 Xsotan artifacts. I didn't get that on camera that time, so you get to see it this time. And this is what makes it a challenge. If it was just that initial ship, it would be no challenge at all. But as soon as you destroy that ship, he breaks up into a bunch of smaller ships, and they all have their own weapons. Some of them have their own shields, and it's pretty tricky. You gotta have kind of the right weapon setup for this. If I had just nothing but railguns, this would not work out very well. Or really any weapon that just uses, you know, single blasts with a very low fire rate, like cannons or lightning guns, things of that nature. But I've got quite a few Tesla turrets, so I can just kind of just keep the button down and wave it over the group here. Because there's a bunch of little small, tiny, annoying ships, and I don't know, it's like that firepower's gotta be multiplied once they're this small, because it ends up doing a pretty good number on me. This ship that I have now, and the shields aren't really all that much higher than the last one I had. It's just a lot more hull, a lot more processing power. But yeah, you can see this gets to be a little overwhelming. Just trying to pick off the big ones first. My assumption is that they have more firepower. I'm not sure if that's accurate at all. You'll see that his health bar is just like a cumulative health bar for all these ships, and it just hovers around that area for quite a while. Meanwhile, my shields are getting depleted. But it's all still worth it even the second time around. That's a lot of loot. Let's see, there's a red exotic item over there. There's several exceptional items. It's all going to be Neonite, but still. Some of those can still even be relevant at this point in the game. Still plugging away, and my shields are about gone. So I have to kind of rethink my strategy here. I think I got a strong hull. They're not really putting too much work in on it. I think what would work well here would be guns that do have just high single fire stuff, like cannons or maybe bolters, but they would have to be independent targeting. That would be awesome, just to have a whole group of weapons with independent targeting and just park yourself in a spot where you're in range and just let the independent targeting stuff do its thing. I think that'd be kind of a cool experiment. But I wanted to kind of, since my railguns do have a good range, I wanted to get out of range of some of their stuff. These ships don't even seem like they're really moving. If they are, then it's at like 30 meters a second. So I figured I'd just kind of stand back and use my range and pick them off that way.
Grab your gun and bring the cat in.
They're pretty much just stragglers from here on out, so we'll speed it up a bit. And that's the last one. Let's pick up some loot, and oh, what? Who's this? It's a mobile equipment merchant. And what's he got? The artifact that I want. So, it all works out. The one that I missed before, just so happens, this guy popped in at the right time and made himself 3 million credits. And I got the artifact. So it's all good. We get the goods. We get back to our friend. We deliver him the goods and he gives us this item. The hyperspace overloader that will destroy Bottan's ability to get away. So you gotta do this part of the mission over again. You gotta go back to the smuggler's base and get the easy delivery again. You deliver your suspicious goods and all that. I equip the overloader before I go jump in to see Bottan. I want to get nice and close. And the odd thing is, his ship has been upgraded since the last time I saw him. He's got shields now. His firepower sucks hard though. He's not going to get very far with that. So I want to get nice and close. If he had half a brain, he would not let me get this close. But hey, I want to give you your goods, right? No, we're going to overload your hyperspace. So, hey, here's your goods. Wait a minute. Why can't we jump? And he thinks he's going to take me out. He is very wrong. We'll wipe out his shields with a few shots, and then I'm just going to toy with him. Break out the salvaging turret, and I want to just cut him to pieces and embarrass him. Since he embarrassed me, jumping away without giving me my payment, I'm just cutting away his thrusters, cutting away his engines. He's got nothing on me. Now that I realize that his ship looks a lot like the cargo ship that I just built. Maybe I drew some inspiration from him and didn't even know it. Anyway, I just destroyed the block that one of his cannons was on. And you'll see, that's what I'm going for. The blocks that his weapons are mounted to, and his firepower is just rapidly dropping. And also, because I'm using a salvaging turret, I'm picking up quite a bit of trinium. He's down to 62 now. He's just pretty much helpless at this point. He was pretty helpless to begin with, but now he's got a fraction of the firepower that he started with. Uh-oh. Just leave it to the Xsotan to ruin my good time over here. a large fleet of alien ships. I'm gonna bide my time a little bit. I got some time before they get here. And look, Bottan's not even worried about me anymore. He's using his remaining 2 cannons to fire at them until I cut that block out from under him. Now he's got 1. So I figure I'll stay behind him for a minute and just kind of use him as a shield. Has he had enough, though? I think he's had enough. So, I just let him have it. Bottan is no more. He dropped some exotic quality something. But I don't care about that. What I care about is this. My next artifact. And while we're here, I mean, why not? Let's take out the Xsotan. Since this is kind of like Neonite territory, these guys are not a huge threat. And it's kind of cool to just flex my firepower a little bit. They're peppering me with their shots. Doesn't matter. Good range from the railguns. A lot of hull damage. Since railguns like penetrate their hull. Figured I'd cut a little bit of Neonite off this guy. That's actually an industry that it helps me make a lot of money. Just salvaging resources. So we'll pick up a little bit here and there. And before I could get out of there, we've got pirates, of course. And yeah, they just want to start trouble. And I've had run-ins with these guys before. There's some kind of syndicate of some kind. Figured I'd get a little more resources out of him. But I think they landed with one of those torpedoes, 1 or 2. Boom, 1 shot. Well, I can't leave until their hyperspace blocker's down, so gotta let them have it. These guys are a little tougher than the Xsotan were, but still no trouble. So I finished these guys off, and I jump out of here, and guess what I end up jumping into? Another sector with the same pirates. They get a torpedo through. Oh, sorry, they're not pirates per se. But I've just about had it with these guys. There's been several times now where they've just interrupted my business. Yeah, there you go. The Vovoljut Syndicate. They're going down. I'm not going to deal with these guys anymore. It's my vow to just wipe these guys out. Eliminate their whole clan from the galaxy. They're not going to victimize anybody anymore. So instead of letting them all come to me and taking them out one at a time, it's time to go the other route. Next episode, we're going to take the fight to them. I'm going to go into their sectors where they've got dozens of ships, and I'm going to take out their establishments. This is a trading post, and then we also get to see some of the crazy physics that are involved in this game. The station is broken, but it's not sure how it should break. We'll check it out next episode.